A very good afternoon, or evening, should I say. Thanks for clicking on to the Friday edition of Vogan's European Outlook. Hope everybody is enjoying the Jubilee weekend thus far. Some of us are going back to work tomorrow. Some are enjoying the festivities. Enjoy it if you can. Looking at the 850 millibar temperatures of the CMWF for the next several days, and we've got this continuation of suppressed warmth trying to lift out of Africa towards the north, but we've got always that resistance from Atlantic low pressure that is going to continue through well, I would actually go as far as to say the foreseeable future, if I'm being honest with you. If you notice here, we'll play through the loop, plenty of hot air coming into the Western Mediterranean, but with a trough to the north. Yeah, we've got high pressure over the northern half of the British Isles, so Northern Ireland, Scotland. Temperatures could exceed the low 20s for the first time this year so far, while we've got plenty of shower and thunderstorm activity moving up from France into the southern half of the UK. The high pressure across the north keeping the atmosphere capped and settled. Clear skies throughout the course of the day. We're going to see the temperatures respond in that early June sunshine. But you notice here, as I play through the loop here, this is in the next week, and we've actually got the low pressure that moves into the UK, and there is no chance, really, at this moment in time, of that heat from the south moving up into the British Isles here. So it really does stay quite unsettled indeed, according to the ECMWF. And like I say, this is the 850 millibar and pressure mean sea level pressure chart combined here. So yeah, we are going to have to just be patient, I'm afraid, when it comes to hot weather. Looking at the CFSV2 upcoming 7-day period, it looks like this here. So we've got, of course, the trough to the west. We've got high pressure. The core of that high over the Western Mediterranean. We've got plenty of hot air moving up through the eastern side of Spain, Balearics, Corsica, Sardinia, into Italy as well. Temperatures responding quite nicely indeed. We've also got an area of high pressure over the North Sea as well, but that trough, that area of low pressure, is continuing to deflect any kind of heat coming or attempting to come north. It is getting shoved east, northeast, as you can see here. Looking at the precipitation for the next 7 days, the anomaly, very wet conditions across the north of France, Low Countries, western central Germany. Generally drier than normal across the UK, if you notice here, with the influence of high pressure to the north. And the 2 meter temperature anomalies look like this here, where we've got some below normal temperatures, especially where you've got cloud cover and shower activity. Where you've got the clear skies and sunshine, you're going to see temperatures respond very nicely indeed. Looking at the week 2 of the CFSV2, and you can see here that we've got this fight, and this is almost a chart that I could have written and drawn myself when it comes to the idea that I've got for the month of June overall. So we've got this trough of low pressure over the very warm compared to normal waters of the North Atlantic. That is digging in, forcing an abnormally strong area of high pressure, may I add, over the Western Mediterranean to kind of get forced eastwards. And this is what I'm talking about, the deflection of heat coming north to the east of the British Isles because of the influence of troughiness over the Western Atlantic. So the precipitation anomaly, unsurprisingly, is actually indicating wetter than normal conditions for week 2 of the model. Temperature-wise, interesting enough, it's actually indicating above normal temperatures for week 2. Looking at week 3 of the CFSV2, and you can see here that we've got a little bit more influence of high pressure. Perhaps the trough over the Atlantic getting deflected a little bit further west, as you can see here, and therefore it wouldn't surprise me if we see drier than normal conditions here, as the model suggests. And 2 minute temperature anomalies, well, you would expect to see above normal overall, as you can see according to the model. A couple of things that I want to show you Twitter wise. This was actually back at the end of May, and I thought it's quite noteworthy stuff issued by Dan Hawley, based down in Norwich, Norfolk, where we've seen a temperature at the very end of May of minus 1.2 at Santon Downham in Suffolk. That minus 1.2 actually appears to have been the coldest for the region so late in the season, or late in the spring season, should I say, since 2000. So, very interesting that despite the very warm May that we've experienced across the British Isles, and I know I don't want to ruffle the feathers once again speaking about the warm May, because I know many people, of course, just simply disregard that, and to an extent I can understand where they're coming from. But certainly it was a cold end to the month of May overall, especially when you factor in the nighttime temperatures were well above average, and it was actually Lee of Highland Weather that put up this interesting chart showing that many people didn't record a single frost in the UK during the month of May. And this is a large reason why we had overall a very warm May, is the fact that it wasn't so much the warm daytime temperatures, but it was actually the warm overnight temperatures, with that area of high pressure focused across more southern portions of the UK and into the near continent. We had air flowing around the top of that area of high pressure, and with abnormally warm waters over the Atlantic, that created quite the blanket across the UK of cloud cover during the overnight period. And of course, with air travelling over warmer than normal waters, you quite often have temperatures warmer than normal in response to that. So it really is confined to the north of England. One spot, I think that would be Sunnybridge in Wales, recorded one night, a single one night in the month of May below freezing. And across East Anglia, as you can see here, so one night in parts of Norfolk and Suffolk, and lo and behold, that one night in particular produces the coldest temperature for so late in the spring in 22 years. So pretty interesting stuff. And of course, unsurprisingly, the northeast of Scotland and the far north of Scotland recorded the most at a pathetic 2 frosts overall. So you can see why we had such a mild May. Temperatures across the central and eastern, or should I say really the Midwest and the eastern half of the United States, very, very warm to end the month of May. Temperatures in the upper 90s in Newark, New Jersey, mid-90s Atlantic City, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, 97. We had Washington, Baltimore, and Philadelphia all at 95 degrees. So very, very hot midsummer conditions to end the month of May and end meteorological May overall. Interesting tweet here by meteorologist Tom Saunders, based in Sydney, Australia. You can see here he's tweeting about the potential for the Alps of New South Wales receiving over 50 centimetres of snow, which would be the most snow for so early in the season in 54 years for southeastern portions of Australia. And this is stuff that we just simply do not see, because the agenda-driven people want to only talk about warmth. Right here on YouTube, markvoganweather.com, I try to be as unbiased as possible and talk about both sides of the argument. So 2022, he says in another tweet, Canberra has shivered 3 consecutive nights, or should I say days, below 10 Celsius. I know that doesn't sound particularly cold, but it is the first time in 13 years that Canberra has seen daytime temperatures remain below the 10 Celsius level here. So just trying to show you all sorts of stuff. And of course, if you are on Twitter, I do encourage you to follow me on Twitter, because I talk about not just local, but as well as that global weather. So yeah, I hope everybody is enjoying their weekend thus far, this long holiday weekend, enjoying the festivities and being safe, of course, in the sunshine. Please do indeed wear sunscreen because that sun is about as strong as it gets, uh, at any time of the year at this moment in time. Uh, Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I will be back, hopefully, if not tomorrow, I'll be back again on Sunday with more. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.